Before we dive into the depths of such a crucial topic, allow us to extend an invitation. If emotional health, technology, artificial intelligence, and innovation in human care resonate with you, join us on this journey. Subscribe now to receive content that truly makes a difference in your life and your professional practice, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates. Emotional care, once perceived as a purely subjective and intuitive domain, now finds itself at the heart of discussions about health and well-being. But what exactly does emotional care mean, and why has its relevance grown exponentially? At its core, it refers to a set of practices and strategies aimed at promoting, maintaining, and restoring an individual's psychological balance and mental well-being. The increasing complexity of modern life, the rise in stress and anxiety levels, and greater awareness of the importance of mental health have propelled this topic to the top of both public and private agendas. In this context, the data revolution emerges as an unprecedented catalyst. What began with simple emotional journals, where individuals manually recorded their feelings and thoughts, has evolved into complex artificial intelligence systems capable of analyzing patterns, predicting crises, and offering personalized interventions. The central question is, how is data shaping emotional care today? What opportunities does this digital transformation offer, and what ethical and practical challenges must we face? Our goal is to uncover how data is employed in emotional care, exploring both the tangible benefits and the inherent risks of this approach. Furthermore, we will present best practices that should guide the development and application of these technologies, as well as future trends that promise to further redefine the landscape of mental health. The landscape of emotional health in the age of data. Emotional health, long dependent on qualitative approaches and human interaction, is undergoing a fundamental transformation through data quantification and analysis. This evolving landscape reveals a paradigm shift, from a predominantly reactive intervention to a proactive and predictive approach. Data collection, which was once limited to medical records and clinical interviews, now expands to include information from wearables, wellness apps, social networks, and even interactions with virtual assistants. This vast amount of information, when processed by advanced algorithms, enables the identification of behavioral and emotional patterns that could go unnoticed in traditional assessments. The current landscape is a fertile ground for innovation, where technology is not intended to replace therapists or health professionals, but rather to equip them with more accurate and efficient tools to understand and support their patients. Personalized care, early detection of disorders, and continuous well-being monitoring become real possibilities, paving the way for more accessible and effective mental health care. Undeniable benefits of the data-driven approach. The integration of data into emotional care brings multiple impactful benefits. Firstly, treatment personalization reaches an unprecedented level, based on detailed data about a patient's history, their responses to different therapies, and even their life context. Highly individualized care plans can be created. This means that interventions are no longer one-size-fits-all, but are tailored to each person's specific needs, significantly increasing their effectiveness. Secondly, early detection and prevention are greatly enhanced. Algorithms can analyze behavior, speech, and even sleep patterns to identify subtle signs of stress, anxiety, or depression before they worsen. This predictive capability allows health professionals to intervene proactively, offering support before a crisis manifests. Moreover, the expansion of access to care is a crucial benefit. In regions with a shortage of mental health professionals, or for individuals facing geographical or financial barriers, data-driven tools can offer initial support, monitoring, and even digital therapies. Mental health apps, chatbots, and telepsychology platforms powered by data make care more democratic and accessible. The ability to monitor progress in real time allows for rapid adjustments in treatment strategies, optimizing outcomes, and ensuring that the patient receives the most appropriate support at every stage of their emotional journey. Challenges and risks, the double-edged sword of innovation. However, the data revolution in emotional care is not without significant challenges and risks. One of the most pressing is data privacy and security. Mental health information is extremely sensitive and, if poorly protected, can lead to discrimination, social stigma, or misuse. Ensuring that this data is collected, stored, and processed securely and ethically is fundamental. Another critical challenge lies in algorithmic bias. Algorithms are only as unbiased as the data they're trained on. If data sets reflect existing societal prejudices or are predominantly composed of data from a specific demographic group, AI tools may perpetuate or even amplify these biases, resulting in inaccurate diagnoses or inadequate treatment for minorities and vulnerable populations. The dehumanization of care is a real concern. While technology can optimize processes, empathy, intuition, and human connection are irreplaceable elements in emotional care. There is a risk that excessive reliance on data and algorithms could reduce the quality of human interaction, turning patients into mere data sets. The lack of transparency in AI algorithms, the so-called black box problem, also raises ethical issues, making it difficult to understand how certain decisions are made and, consequently, to hold parties accountable for errors. Regulation and ethics, pillars for a responsible future. Faced with these challenges, the need for robust regulations and clear ethical guidelines becomes imperative. Creating a legal framework that protects the privacy of mental health data, such as Brazil's General Data Protection Law, LGPD, or the GDPR in Europe, is a fundamental step. However, these regulations must be continuously updated to keep pace with the rapid pace of technological innovation. Beyond legislation, ethics in the design and implementation of data-based solutions is crucial. This includes principles such as transparency in data use, informed and explicit user consent, algorithm auditability to identify and correct biases, and ensuring that technology supports, rather than replaces, human judgment. Collaboration among lawmakers, health professionals, technologists, and civil society is essential to develop standards that balance innovation with protection, ensuring that technology responsibly serves human well-being. If you found the content useful or relevant so far, this is the moment to subscribe to the channel. We always bring you the latest insights on how data, health, and technology are shaping the future. And if you like, leave a comment sharing your thoughts. We want to hear from you. Examples and innovations, where theory meets practice. The practical application of data in emotional care is already a vibrant reality, driving remarkable innovations. Emotional AI, for example, is revolutionizing how we interact with technology. Systems based on natural language processing, NLP, and computer vision can analyze voice, text, and even facial expressions to infer emotional states, offering personalized responses and real-time support. Think of therapy apps that adapt their suggestions based on the user's detected mood, or chatbots that provide active listening and mindfulness exercises. Innovative datasets are the backbone of these applications. Companies and researchers are developing data collections that go beyond traditional clinical information, incorporating data from wearable sensors, such as sleep patterns, heart rate, activity levels, smartphone usage, communication patterns, screen time, and even contextual data about the individual's environment. This wealth of information enables a more holistic understanding of emotional well-being. Recent practical applications include the use of AI to predict relapse risk in patients with depression, or to identify individuals at risk of suicide through the analysis of their online interactions. Virtual reality, VR platforms, combine biometric data with immersive scenarios to treat phobias and post-traumatic stress disorders. Meanwhile, new ways of protecting privacy through technology are emerging. Homomorphic encryption, for instance, allows data to be processed while still encrypted, ensuring privacy even during analysis. Federated learning enables AI models to be trained on decentralized data without raw data ever leaving the user's device, safeguarding confidentiality. These technologies are crucial for building the trust necessary for the broad adoption of these innovations. Best practices and implications. A guide to responsible action. For health professionals, tech developers, and public administrators, adopting best practices is essential to ensure that data ethically and effectively supports emotional care. For health professionals, this means acquiring a new set of skills. It is vital to understand the limitations and biases of AI-based tools, maintaining critical judgment and always prioritizing human clinical insight. Ongoing education on data ethics, information security, and interpreting AI-generated insights becomes crucial. Technology should be viewed as a powerful assistant, not a replacement. For developers, the responsibility is even greater. Ethics by design should be the norm, incorporating privacy, fairness, and transparency considerations from the earliest stages of project development. This includes building explainable algorithms, actively mitigating dataset biases, and ensuring user consent is always clear and revocable. The focus should be on creating tools that enhance human capacity, not diminish it. For public administrators, the task is to create a regulatory environment that fosters innovation while protecting citizens. This involves developing public policies that encourage ethical research and development, creating data interoperability standards for secure information exchange between systems, and implementing oversight and auditing mechanisms to ensure compliance with privacy and ethical guidelines. Investment in digital infrastructure and digital literacy programs for the population is also vital. Future trends, the horizon of data-driven emotional care. The future of data-driven emotional care promises to be even more transformative. One of the most significant trends is the advancement of contextual data. Rather than analyzing the individual in isolation, future AI solutions will consider the social, cultural, and physical environment in which a person is embedded. This means integrating data about weather, social events, local news, and even air quality to gain a richer, more nuanced understanding of the factors affecting emotional well-being. Explainable AI, XAI, is another crucial trend. As algorithms become more complex, the ability to understand how they reach certain conclusions will be essential for building trust and ensuring accountability. XAI will allow health professionals and patients to understand the rationale behind a recommendation or diagnosis, facilitating collaboration and informed decision-making. Finally, real-time emotional personalization will reach new heights. Imagine systems that can detect rising stress levels in an individual and immediately offer a personalized intervention, be it a guided breathing exercise, a suggestion to take a walk, or a reminder to connect with a loved one. These proactive, adaptive interventions, delivered at the right moment and in the most appropriate way, have the potential to revolutionize emotional disorder prevention and management, making care truly integrated and responsive to each person's dynamic needs. Conclusion: the path to transformative emotional care. In summary, data holds revolutionary potential for emotional care. It can drive personalized treatment, expand access to services, and enable early problem detection, all at an unprecedented scale and precision. However, this progress requires more than just technological innovation. It demands an unwavering commitment to ethics, transparency, and security. The key message is clear. Technology must serve humanity, not the other way around. It is a powerful tool, but the compass guiding its use must always be the dignity, autonomy, and well-being of the individual. We must not allow the pursuit of efficiency to overshadow the essence of care, which is deeply human. Therefore, the final call to action is a call for awareness. Adopt ethical practices in your professional role or in your engagement with technology. Stay informed about the advances and challenges in this ever-evolving field. And above all, contribute actively to the responsible use of data in mental health, advocating for privacy, equity, and humanity in all solutions. Only then can we build a future where technology truly amplifies our capacity to care for one another.